So I'm just about ready to do a collab with Aaron, and this is what I get. Be right back, Asian girls. Call. Maybe I'm gonna blur that number out. But one thing you guys don't know about Aaron is he loves his Asian girls. Oh, look who it is.
Guys.
Speaking of the devil.
What's up?
Well, before we get started, I would like to ask you guys to please give me a like. It really helps my channel and it will push me to make more videos. So let's try to get this video to 100 likes.
What's going on, guys? It's Investing Hustler here, and I'm here with Aaron from Departures Capital. How's it going, Aaron?
It's going great. Excited to be here.
Excited to be here. And tomorrow, Aaron from Departures Capital will be in Toronto. He's meeting the Midas letter. So me and Aaron are going to do our first time ever collab in person. And if you guys have any ideas what you want us to talk about, leave a comment in the comment section of what you guys want to see, or any ideas, any good ideas. We're open to anything. So
Exactly. I mean, me and Investing Hustler, we've been in a long distance relationship and we finally get to see each other. So
yeah.
I'm just so excited. As you can see, I'm really happy. So
yeah, you know what they say, long distance doesn't work, but me and Aaron, we made it work.
we made it work.
So we're here. We're going to talk about a couple companies that just seem to have caught my attention. Well, both our attentions. One of them is Cron, and pretty much since the Altria deal was announced at $18.55, they went up all the way to $18.55, and they've been declining slowly ever since. Today, Cron is down 6.78%. They're currently sitting at $15.96. If you look at the technical analysis, it's still a buy, but in the 1 minute, it's a buy, sell, sell. So it's a sell, strong, sell. So what do you think about Cron right now? Because after that Altria deal, they went up like crazy, and then pretty much it's been a slow decline ever since. How low do you think Cron will go?
I'm not too sure at this point. It's looking like, we didn't hold that 1650, bounced off 1650 twice, and then now we're heading back down to 16. Can we zoom out a little bit more just to see the longer term charts? Ooh, Cron's big run up. Yeah, I don't see anything maybe we might see a little bit of support at 16 by the looks of those longer term charts, but it seems it was kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what it looks like to me.
Exactly it. I don't know. It could go. I don't think it's gonna go back down. Do you think it's gonna go back down to where it was at 14?
No, I don't think so. Like I said,
jump, and then sometimes when a company jumps, what happens is it declines back to that jump. But then again, Cron does have a lot of money backing them up right now. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe it might hit a resistance at $15.50 or $15, but
yeah, I think so. That's probably the lowest. Yeah, that's what I'd say, somewhere in around there, because the longer term charts look like pretty supportive at 15.
But in the meantime, we can read it. Jim Cramer, the widely followed host of Mad Money on CNBC, gave his opinion on the deal between Cronos Group and the Altria on December 11th. Cramer called Altria's acquisition of a 45% stake in Cronos Group last week a smart move for Altria. This trend brings some concern for the growth trajectory of companies such as Altria. So let's see, this video still. So I guess that's it. He just said it's a smart move for Altria. He didn't really talk about Cron much, so that was kind of pointless. And then another company I wanted to talk about was Tilray. It's all the way down to $84.80. And that's very tempting, because if you look at Tilray's charts, they kind of have a resistance here at around the $85 mark here. So what do you think about Tilray? But then again, Tilray is one of those companies that is way overvalued. They have a market cap of $8.76 billion. So I think their market cap is still more than Aurora's. So that doesn't really make sense, considering their revenue wasn't that great in their last quarter earnings. So what do you think about Tilray dropping all the way to $84.52?
I mean, I think it's kind of been like a slow decline recently after we spiked to that 300. And I know the stock, some analysts were putting a $60 price target on it, the stock being a little more fairly valued at $60. Not to say it's going to drop to 60. I think like the market would have to drop. The entire cannabis market would have to drop if we're going to 60, right?
Yeah. Well, before I would have been tempted to buy in under $100 because
Yeah.
perfect swing play. It's actually still very tempting, but I feel like at this point it could continue to drop tomorrow, so I'm not going to start a position with them.
Yeah.
But if I do invest into Tilray, it's literally just for a day trade or a swing trade, and it is a gamble. It's not a very safe stock to invest in. And if we look at the analytics, the technical analysis, it's a sell,
Yeah.
strong sell, a strong sell. So that doesn't look good. It's pretty much a sell all around. Maybe there's a one buy here in the accelerators, but Tilray does seem to be a strong sell. So I guess that's it for Tilray. That's it for Cronos. I wouldn't recommend anyone buying these companies just yet, but you never know. They could bounce back. Tilray could go back to 100 tomorrow, but no one knows for sure, right?
That's true. And I mean, they're both red on a green day. Well, it's not really a green day, but some cannabis stocks are in the green. It is a green day on the markets.
Yeah, the markets are doing fairly
A
nice.
pretty nice green day. Let's take a look at that now that we have taken a look at two companies. I just want to take a quick look at ACB because ACB is in the green today. We're over $8 now.
Yeah, ACB is at $8.09. They're up 2%. I own a little over $10,000 worth of ACB because I had a lot more. I sold it off and I've been slowly buying back my shares. So
Yep.
I'm green on ACB today. But yeah, ACB is looking pretty good. If you look at their technical analysis, they're a buy. The moving averages is a sell. And the 1 minute technical analysis, it's a buy, buy. And then 5 minutes, sell. So honestly, I wouldn't buy at these prices. I'm happy at the prices I purchased ACB at this point. I'm holding, and maybe if it gets to double digits, I'll sell like 20% of my shares. I've always been like that. I don't like to hold because you've seen what happened if you're bag holding ACB. You literally lost all your gains in a matter of a month. So I like to collect my profits that way, and then I still hold a good chunk of my position. That way I do have profits in hand, and then on top of that, if it continues to go up, I'll have some shares that I can continue to sell off. But yeah, ACB is doing fairly well. Any other companies you wanted to look at?
Let's take a quick look at Afria also.
Africa, they're actually down 4.8% today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're gonna zoom out a bit. They did. Oh no, I guess we need to zoom in more. Let's look at the 5-minute charts, I guess. So ever since that allegation, we've seen Afria drop all the way to 483. So honestly, seeing Afria at 782, even though it's a lot lower than where they were literally like 2 months ago. So, but I still think it's better than being all the way down at 484, 488.
Yeah, exactly. I think we could bounce around 7.
Honestly, I've been waiting for Afria to have like a good legit response to those allegations, and they haven't.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm. So maybe, I don't know, if they don't respond, Afria signs exclusive supply agreement to supply medical cannabis in Paraguay.
I read that too. Yeah, I saw that. So they're back in Latin America.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not buying $200 million buildings that are worth 100,000. Just kidding. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting how this plays out. I'm still holding on to the second half of my Apria shares. Apria, I keep saying it wrong. They do seem to be uptrending right now, but at any given point, if there's a bad article released about Afria, or if there's more bad news, or if there's more proof to to these allegations, you could see this company drop. But from what I heard, their South American business and all these allegations, it's only like 3%, maybe a little more of their business. Afria is a huge business. Most of their business is in Canada.
That's what I've heard too. Yeah.
So I don't think this should greatly affect Apria. So this definitely was a short attack, and it worked to their favor. These shorters probably made a boatload of money, and then they probably made a boatload of money purchasing Afria after it hit that bottom.
Yeah, you're probably right. They're like, this is it. Yeah. We're buying in now.
You never know. It's just crazy how much this company has moved. Literally drops 50% in 3 days, 4 days, and then or more. I feel like it was more, and then goes back up another 50% or more in the next in a couple days because it went all the way up to $8.76.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, any other? Do you want to look at non-marijuana related companies or keep looking at?
Let's take a look at the markets in general because we're seeing a green day on trade war optimism.
Yeah, so Apple not doing so great, but Apple is looking good under 170. I'm surprised that Apple has a PE ratio of 13. That's a very low PE ratio, especially for Apple. It's almost as if they're not expected to have any growth, which yeah, that's crazy to see Apple. But if you look at technical analysis, it's a sell, a strong sell.
I know they're a little worried about China right now.
Yep.
That's definitely why, because trust me, they do sell a ton of iPhones in China. I mean, everybody had, like, when I was living there, it was crazy. Like, you would see, like, in China, to buy an iPhone, it's actually more expensive than it is here, which is kind of crazy because they're made there. And the average wage in China, at least in the city I was living in, Guangzhou, 5,000 RMB. Maybe it costs like some phones like maybe 7,000, 8,000 RMB for the newest model. So people, you'd see everybody with an iPhone, like girls on the subway, like girls who are like 14. Like how, like in reality, that's like people in Canada having like little kids having like not a Rolex, but maybe something like really expensive, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it was like fake news or not, but I was reading an article that said that something about iPhones won't be able to be sold in China or something. Have you heard about that?
I saw that article. I didn't read it all.
Yeah.
But that would be not be good for Apple. So we'll see what happens. I feel like this also has something to do.
There's been an article here, what Apple can gain from moving iPhone assembly out of China. Yeah, since President Donald Trump told the Wall Street Journal in a November interview that he would consider placing tariffs on Apple iPhones and other electronics imported to the U.S. from China, the company and its suppliers appear to have begun exploring their options. Bloomberg reported Wednesday morning that Apple's supplier dependent on the companies for much of their business would keep production in the country if tariffs are leveled at 10% rate, but would consider moving if duties reach a threatened 25% rate. Apple declined to comment.
U.S. tariffs are applied based on the country of which the product is exported to the U.S. That means the tariffs on electronics, which often have complex component supply chains spanning several countries, depend on the rate for the country where the final assembly is completed. According to IHS Market, only 3% to 6% of the manufacturing cost of an iPhone is associated with its final assembly. The work is largely done by companies including Foxconn and Pegatron in China. High-value components, including displays and memory chips, are produced in South Korea and Japan, then shipped to China, where they are counted along with Chinese-made parts in the value of iPhones leaving the country. That means shifting final assembly away from China to another country with low labor costs could be a way for Apple to avoid U.S. tariffs on China, yet still obtain some components there. Chris Rogers, an analyst at S&P Global Market Intelligence's Panjiva unit, has seen companies in several product areas relocate final assemblies from China to countries largely in Southeast Asia. Companies that have made the leap include manufacturers of mobile phones, home appliances, and some goods in the energy sector. But because one of the motivators behind the Trump administration trade policy is encouraging companies to move employment back to the U.S., Rogers believes the administration would turn its attention to those other countries if the shift accelerates.
So it looks like they're doing pretty well. NASDAQ's up 72 points, Dow Jones up 179, S&P 500's up 16.8. They're all pretty much, well, the lowest of them both is 0.64%, 0.71, and the Nasdaq's up 1.05. We could look at the S&P 500. Let's look at their chart.
Yeah, let's just look at the chart real quick.
Yeah, they still seem to be fairly low compared to their all-time highs.
Oh yeah,
but slowly recovering. I wonder if we could look at the 1-minute candles. What do you think?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think it's going to go one of two ways. I think we're either going to retest the lows that we saw early 2018.
Right here?
Like we talked about before, we could, but it looks like we already kind of did. Yeah. So yeah, it seems to be in like it's stuck in a trading range where we're up, down, up, down. Like look at the amount of volatility over the last 2 months. It's crazy.
Yeah, it does look like
It's
that was
crazy.
the day Dow went 500 points, down 500 points.
Yeah, huge swings.
No, that was but I think the S&P 500 only went down like 70 something points that day.
Yeah,
I'm not
huge
sure.
swings. So I don't know. I think we might head up over the next couple of weeks, and then it's gonna be a volatile start to 2019.
Yeah,
by the looks of things, but
so it does look like we have a resistance around here, which is around 2,500, 2,600.
yeah.
And we have no, that's a support, and then we have a resistance at around 2,800. We'll see, because and this pattern doesn't really seem to be declining, but we do seem to be making lower lows, so we might hit the 2,800 again, and then test the new lower low at like 20, maybe 2568. Who knows?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. If it's a sell scenario.
Yeah, so who knows? We might have a little Santa Claus rally and then a sell off after that. It's so unpredictable, but it is pretty interesting to see how this is going to play out. This has been a crazy volatile year.
Definitely
Definitely a lot more volatile than it was prior to that, especially from 2016 all the way to 2018. We've pretty much just been pushing forward, but this year has been very volatile. I'm sure a lot of people enjoy the volatility. Some people hate it, but you got to take it for what it is. But all right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little market recap. And if you did, don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to comment what you guys want to see us do tomorrow in our collab, and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We'll see you guys on our next video. Bye-bye.